Elizabeth was well past the age of childbearing, but she and her husband Zechariah had been blessed by God. Their long-forgotten prayers for a child were finally being answered. They were to become parents of John the Baptist. However, because of his failure to believe in this promise, Zechariah had been struck dumb, unable to speak until the day of the child's birth. So as Elizabeth waited, she was visited by her much younger cousin, Mary. Mary had recently been told by Gabriel that she had been the one chosen by God to mother Jesus.
Hello, are you home? Mary, is that you? I am so desperate for some company.
Why desperate? Is no one talking to you?
Well, not exactly, but I've noticed that the women I used to pass time with have been carefully avoiding me, making excuses as to why they can't get together with me to come visit. I'm sure it's because of my condition.
Oh, that's terrible.
Listen, Mary, pregnancy on the other side of menopause is no joke. Can you imagine? I'm a sideshow act. And the women my age don't want to get too close, just in case what I have is contagious. No one wants a baby at my age.
That's ridiculous, Elizabeth. You can't catch pregnancy from someone, right?
No, dear.
But what about Uncle Zechariah? Doesn't he talk to you?
Please, I'd get better conversation from a goldfish. He hasn't said a word to me since I gave him the good news.
That's so weird.
Well, if you think that's weird, listen to this. Last night after dinner, he picks up a paper and pencil and then sits down in that very chair and writes, "Don't tell anyone, Elizabeth, but we're going to call the baby John." So I say, John's a funny name for a girl. And you should have seen him. His fish eyes nearly popped out of his head. So I say, "I'm joking. Of course you'll have a son." But then I said, "But John, for a name? Really? Just because it took you until you were 12 to spell Zechariah, it doesn't mean we should give him such a short name." I was thinking of something a little more exotic, like Mephibosheth or Abednego.
So what did he say to that?
Well, he can't speak, remember? Thank goodness. But he just kept pointing to the paper and drawing big arrows pointing to the name John and stamping his foot and shaking. I honestly thought he was going to have a seizure.
Oh, Elizabeth, it must be hard with the woman not talking to you and Uncle Zach getting so upset. Are you all right yourself?
Actually, I'm quite amazed at how well I really am. I just occasionally have these turns. Like last week, I had a craving for pickled herring and rum raisin ice cream.
Well, you've got to expect that, Elizabeth. Women have all kinds of cravings when they're pregnant. Some women even have to suck on lemons, or chew ice, or eat coal.
Sometimes I feel really tired, like I should have more energy.
Oh, energy will come soon, Elizabeth. Wait till you're in your last weeks. There are some women who become as strong as an ox. They feel unstoppable, rearranging furniture, painting the kitchen. It's all your body getting ready for the birth process.
Mary, how do you know all this? Mary?
Elizabeth, can you keep a secret?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we've got something in common. My heart praises God. My soul is glad because the Lord remembered me, God's lowly servant. From now on, all people will call me fortunate because of the great things mighty God has done for me. God's name is holy from one generation to another. Amen.
As in any small community, news travels quickly. So it only makes sense that out of the ordinary things that were happening to Elizabeth and to Mary brought questions, conversations, and dare I say, gossip to the lips of some of the villagers.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you two. Child, I can't wait to take the lease.
What's going on? Do tell.
Well, of course, you know I'm not one for gossip, but you know that old lady Elizabeth? You know, the one with the husband who didn't say a single word for an entire 9 months.
Yeah, such good luck for her. I wish my husband wouldn't speak to me for 9 months.
You know, that's right. That's why I stay single. So come on, what else?
Well, word on the street is she had herself a little bambino.
What?
A
She must
baby
be
boy.
She must be 90 if she's a day.
I really, I can't even imagine.
I'm just telling you guys what I heard, but of course you know I'm not one for gossip, so you didn't hear that from me.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not mixing up the women and Elizabeth's little cousin we're talking about?
Little cousin? Who? Not Mary.
That's right, Mary. And she's not so little anymore. You know, I am not one to gossip, so you did not hear this from me. Mary is Pregnant.
Girl, hush your mouth. Where did you hear that from?
Come on, you can tell. She's got the bump.
Oh yeah, you can tell all right. I mean, I don't like to assume, but I was in the dress shop last week, you know, picking up some odds and ends for the holidays. And I saw her there asking for the maternity department.
Well, that's so much for assumption.
And that's not all I heard.
What?
I hear that she and a certain young man are about to leave the village together.
What young man?
Supposedly for the census thing they're all talking about.
Please don't tell me it's that one she's been seeing, Joseph?
That's the one.
I heard they were engaged. I guess they got a little engaged.
Well, that's what they say. I mean, I'm not one for gossip. So, of course, you didn't hear that from me.
Oh. And have you heard what they're saying about this so-called census?
No, what?
Well, apparently the Romans don't just want our names so that they can count us. And they sure don't plan on sending us birthday cards.
Well, what is it then?
It's so that they can tax us. And they got a nerve to call it a head tax.
I heard it was a community service charge.
Oh, sure. So now I guess we gotta pay to be oppressed.
You really think they would do that?
I'm just giving you guys the 411. But of course, I'm not one for gossip, so you didn't hear that from me.